According to Flighty, I've spent over 400,000 miles in an airplane and over 40 days of my entire life traveling inside an airplane, not including going to the airport, waiting at the airport. So today I'm going to share all of my must-have travel tech accessories that I take with me everywhere. And I like to travel light, so everything in here had to fight for its life to be a part of my bag. And these are critical things that I use all the time as someone who enjoys traveling, enjoys capturing stuff, and working out while I'm traveling. So let's get into it. And the first one is an eSIM, and I actually prefer using Saily. I've tried them all. I've tried Global YO is another option that I also really like. They are more budget friendly. It's got kind of like a Gen Z vibe, and the app is a bit confusing to use. Like, I don't know, I hate this, but they are super cheap. I found that their eSIMs are much cheaper. Like, you can get 200 gigabytes for 60 days at $84 in the US, whereas Global YO is 20 gigabytes for $17.59 in the US, whereas on Saily it's $35 for 20 gigabytes. So in general, I've just found Global YO to be cheaper. Saily is a little more expensive, but the reason I enjoy Saily is actually for multiple reasons. One is convenience factor. I actually only have one eSIM and I can put multiple countries, like every country I've been to here. I can just add memory. I don't have to reinstall the eSIM. So that's one factor, just saves me time and effort and issues, because sometimes when you're traveling, you have to add the eSIM, you need network to be able to add that eSIM. And if I go to a new country, like reinstalling every time I go to new countries, not ideal. So I'm kind of paying for that convenience, which I do appreciate. They have auto top-up plans. They have virtual location security options, ad blockers, web protection. So a whole bunch of plethora of other features on top of it, which it just makes things a lot easier. As you can see, I have 4 gigabytes left in Japan that actually expires in 14 hours. So maybe I gotta fly back and use this. So I like that. I don't have to reinstall the eSIM. I just add more data for each country that I'm in. If you do want to use my referral code, I'll have that down in the description. Shervin 1286, so Sherv 1286, and it gets me 5 free credits, so help support the channel. If you don't care about the price, you want the cheapest thing, go ahead and download Global YO. There is my referral link. You can go ahead and get $10 for free. Downside with Global YO is I've noticed they use network providers that are a bit slower and a little less coverage. They're using the cheaper ones, versus Saily is typically using the best provider in that country, in that place, and I found they provide the most coverage and the fastest speeds. So as someone who needs fast upload speeds, needs fast internet for work, I need to pay that premium to get the fastest speeds and the most coverage wherever I'm going. If that stuff is not as important to you and you kind of just need some connection sometimes, most of the time, then Global YO, save your money and get that instead. Second is the Flighty app. This actually tracks all of my flights and my friends' flights, so I can go ahead and tap my flights. If I have any future flights coming up, I can add them manually, or it uses my Apple Calendar or my email to import the flights, and it tells me, oh, how many days until that flight. It tells me a whole bunch of details, which I really like. One that's important to me is arrival time, the percentage of probability that will be on time. I like when this is above 70%. You can see this flight 17%, 45 minutes late. So then I can kind of account for the things I might be doing after. Like, do I need to be careful because there's a higher probability this plane will be delayed? Probably. The type of plane that I'm in, I know this is a very new plane, but it's a very small plane, 737, 2 years old. So the seats are gonna be more comfortable because it's newer, but they might be smaller because it's newer. And there's just gonna be less seats. Like the newer planes usually have less leg room and less space. So I like seeing that. And then I get notified if anything changes. I've found sometimes that the Flighty app will notify things faster to me than the actual United app or whatever airline that you're using. And it's the same functionality, the same features, and the same look across all apps. So if I'm flying United, it's always going to be the same. If I fly ANA, the notifications and the information are always the same, and it makes it simple and seamless. A friend is landing, I like to have notifications on for just landed, the basics, everything. It'll tell me baggage claim when I get there. So this just makes it super seamless to travel and not have to worry about getting lost or missing your flight, which has never happened to me. Knock on wood. Now, outside of the apps, the best bags that I love, I recently got the Peak Design roller bag. This is a suitcase. I have the Peak Design backpack, the largest one that they have, and I have the Peak Design outdoor sling. This is the trifecta of my favorite luggage equipment to take with, but it might mix up with other people's luggage, so I try to put bright tags. Like, for example, my outdoor sling, I bought a little watermelon in Japan, and I put that on so it's bright, it pops, so no one will forget that this is theirs. That's one thing. On my backpack, I have a bright WWDC like pink tag on it, so people will know that that's my backpack, because my roommate has the same exact bag. And then the suitcase, I need to find something bright to put on it so it stands out. But all high quality, which is good. I need that because I don't want to get new bags. Like, if these last a lifetime, I'll use them for my entire lifetime. 2, I need them to be discreet. So I like that they're black, because when you go to the airport and if the person thinks that the luggage is too big, they might have you put it in the thing and test it or weigh it. And I don't want to deal with that because my luggage is always overweight because of all the equipment I have in it. And then Two, I want it to be easy to use and get into. So Peak Design backpack, there's a latch. There's no zipper. I can easily open up the latch on the top, get anything out that I need to. It's effortless. I don't like zippers. Zippers get stuck, zippers break. I'm anti-zipper when it comes to backpacks. The suitcase, I love that it opens up kind of like in a hamburger formation, right? Or not a hot, it opens up in a different way than a typical suitcase bag. Like a suitcase bag, you have to put on the floor, open it up all the way just to access it. Whereas this one, I can open it up while it's vertical, while it's standing on its wheels. I can grab anything I need out of it and close it back up again. So it makes it that much easier to open. And it has a laptop bag. So I've been trying to move all my heavy stuff out of my backpack so I can protect my spine and my overall health, and put all of my camera equipment and heavy stuff in my carry-on, which now goes in that roller bag. So laptop, everything big goes in there. Because I realized I honestly don't pull out my laptop on flights. I don't fit in the seat. The laptop doesn't fit in the seat. It just doesn't work. I've given up. It's either iPhone or nothing. No more large gadgets when I fly. And I found in that Peak Design roller bag, I can fit a pair of shoes, a couple set of clothes in my backpack, and then all my camera gear goes in that roller bag, and we're good to go. We've got everything I need for working out, running, filming, and all the extra watches and wearables that I need, plus their chargers. And it all fits in a backpack plus a roller bag, and I don't need to check luggage in, so I don't have to wait for that, and I can get through airports very quickly. This is the Nomad USB-C Apple Watch charger. Because I always wear an Apple Watch, I need to charge it daily. I bring this with me whenever I travel, and I'm able to plug this into my laptop, or I bring charging bricks and I can plug this in, charge my iPhone with the USB-C port on this side, or any other USB-C product, which everything is USB-C for the most part, or else I just throw it away. And then I can put my Apple Watch right here. This thing is a game changer. I love that it's like a 2-in-1 watch and USB-C charger. I can even plug this into my MacBook, charge my MacBook and my Apple Watch, and then unplug it and charge my iPhone and Apple Watch. So I really don't need to bring any other cables. This one thing will cover pretty much all my Apple devices. And that's where the next thing comes in, which is a charging brick. So I love the Nomad charging brick with 2 USB-C ports. And I do bring a second USB-C cable, because you never know if something breaks. You want to always have backups. This one has a built-in Apple Watch charger on the top, which I also love. So now I have 2 Apple Watch chargers just in case. And I have I think it's a 45 watt and a 20 watt on each of these USB-C ports. This is a Thunderbolt 4 cable, so it has 40 gigabits per second speed, so I can transfer data using this. And I think it is 100 watts of power. I can charge my iPhone and my Apple Watch with this cable, and now we're good to go. We've got all the power needed for any type of US travel using these 2 devices. And remember, I'll have links down below for all these products. If you do click those links, it helps support the channel. Now, as you know, because all these wearables, I need to charge them, I still only try to bring 2 USB-C cables. I don't want to charge these things all the time. Like, plug it in at night, charge them, done. Let's not be charging all the time. We need to travel with less equipment. But sometimes I'm out and about all day and I need something else, and that's where the next thing comes in, which is the Anchor battery pack. This is nice because it has an Apple Watch charger on it as well. Built-in USB-C cable that actually feels like a sling. I can plug this in to charge it, or I can use this to charge it, and then I can use the other port to charge something else. So if I have that charging brick, I can plug my USB-C cable in here, charge this device, charge my Apple Watch, and charge a secondary device like pass-through with USB-C. So that's kind of where I get away with bringing less cables. I have these battery packs that have like built-in cables. This one is my second favorite. I actually have one that has 2 prongs in it, which my friend actually stole, and then lost one and then stole my second one. That's how good these things are. They're just irresistible and so easy, and I love the Anchor ones with the 2-prong battery outlet, because I can just plug that into an outlet, charge it, and then have my iPhone or whatever hanging off and charging that too. And it's like a built-in power cable and power outlet. My only fear is I've almost forgotten these, because I'll leave it in the outlet of the hotel and then I'll leave and I'll forget that it's there. So having a bright one is very important. Now, maybe I need to plug in more things and more outlets. This is where number 7 comes in, which is the white power extender cable. This is another Anchor device. It's a USA 3-prong with a grounding on one side, and then it has 3 power outlets on the other. It's a cube. It also has USB-C and 2 USB-A, just in case, because I almost never travel with USB-A. If there's some random reason I need that, or I'm with friends, family, they can plug into these things. So I don't want other people interrupting my power consumption, so I bring a device that I can use to allow other people to charge. And this is super easy, one, because I can plug it into the hotel and take the power onto the desk if I need, because the power outlet might be at the bottom. So now it makes it easy to access this and plug things in and out. 2 is if I have other friends and family who need to plug things in, boom, they can do that here. But then the third reason is if I'm traveling internationally and there's different kinds of outlets. So let's say I have one of these things, which I think is European. Yep, This is a European outlet. I can just go ahead and plug this in right here. It's got the grounding strip. And now I only need one UK outlet and I've gotten 3 US outlets. Yeah, you need to be careful with in terms of how many things you're plugging into these 3 outlets, but as long as they're not too high wattage and not too high voltage, you should be fine. But for the most part, this has been a great combination for international and domestic travel. And I've loved it. It's been amazing and I keep using it. And when it comes to traveling cables, always buy high quality. Like for example, this thing I bought, it's like a nice USB-C thing, but now it's like coming off, it's falling apart, the magnets are falling out. So I try not to buy things that are fancy or too gimmicky and not too high quality, but I also know that things will break, things will stop working, so you will have to replace them. Like I think this is, you know, a prototype or early version, but I didn't love this cable and it's already kind of come apart, it's scratched. It looks nice, it looks cool, but if it's not high quality, it's not gonna last. So get high quality products for any type of travel stuff that you know is just gonna get destroyed because you're tossing it around. So I make sure to buy the best of the best when I buy travel tech. Number 8 is headphones. So I personally like traveling with my AirPods. These are super tiny. The AirPods Pro. I also have AirPods Max, but I never travel with those. These I love because it has my name on it, just in case I lose it. It has this little Belkin hand grip thing that I can just wrap around, so I make sure I don't lose them. When you're on a plane and you're like squished like this, like me, and you can't fit in the seat, pulling out over the ear headphones, not happening. There's no place to put them. My legs don't fit. If it's in between my feet, like trying to get something out that's any bigger than the size of like my hand, not happening. So I prefer AirPods. They're just easy to put on, they work, the noise cancellation is good enough, and like I'm comfortable. But if I'm traveling and for some reason have more space, or a brand is able to put me in a bigger seat like business class, then this is where these Sony headphones come in. And this is what I like because the noise cancellation is 10 times better. They're super light. The AirPods Pro Max, amazing air quality. I love those air quality. Amazing headphone quality, audio quality. But these ones are just lighter. When you're traveling, you want to be light, you want to have less. And the noise cancellation is better on these headphones I've found. So I just prefer using these. I don't love the cases that come with any of these headphones. I just wish it could be even smaller. They do take up more space. But if I want good quality audio, headphones that are good, and have transparency mode when I'm flying, I found that these headphones are my favorite pick and go-to. But that only happens if for some reason I'm flying in a way where I know I'm gonna have extra space. Then I'll pack these. But for the most part, I don't like traveling with massive, like this is already taking up a lot of space. Number 9, tripod MagSafe. MagSafe tripods. So this is actually the original one I got, the Ulanzi. This is a nice tripod MagSafe. Whenever I want to take photos, I can grab my phone and it just instantly just broke. So this is no longer operational. The magnets fell off. But here's a great example of buying high quality stuff. So now I gotta toss this or find where the MagSafe ring went. But this thing is cheap, it's plastic, and I like it because it's so easy to use and it's small. You just open up the legs, you extend it, boom, and then you can slap your phone on and take a photo of like a group. I can use my Apple Watch to do a self timer. Great for travel if you want to capture videos, photos of you, your family, but like you're not gonna set up the camera, make sure everything's right. iPhone is quick, it's automatic, and I need something fast. And that's where this other one came in. It's called Craft Geek, and I think they're one of the first companies to make something like this, where you just drop the tripod and the legs open up, boom. You put your phone on the top, take the photo, boom. Just pack it up again and keep moving. I think that's really important when you're traveling with friends and family. When you're the photographer of the family, no one else has patience to wait for you to set up your camera, to plug it in, get the settings right. I've tried that, and I noticed people are just like, no more photos, no more photos. And I'm like, come on, guys, I just want to get a cool photo of everybody. So you need something quick and fast. And this is like, all right, it's in my bag. I pull it out, hit it, extend it, phone, press the camera button, shutter on my watch, done. Pack it up, put it back in the bag, keep going. So it needs to be fast, swift, easy to spot, use it, and go, move on. And that's what I love about this Craft Geek. I don't know how long this will last, but if I have to buy one every like 3 to 6 months, I'm okay with that because the usability experience is so easy. Speaking of setting things up, I like having a nice camera, and my current favorite is the Leica Q3. I have it in this like, I don't even know what it's called. Oberworth bag. It was like a $500 leather bag. But when you have this camera, you gotta protect it. And I like to toss things around, so I made sure to buy a good case because I didn't want to damage this camera. This is the Leica Q3 43. It is probably my most prized possession, my ultimate favorite camera. There's nothing I love more in this world than this thing. And if I had kids, I would pick this camera over them. But this is stunning. I bought the little thumb grip for it. I got some camera straps here that I can easily mount stuff into. It feels such high quality. You have the aperture ring, you have the shutter speed ring. Like, it feels like a great manual camera. It takes an SD card on the bottom here. Super easy to use, one battery. I don't have extra batteries. I don't have a special charger. And when you're taking photos, the image quality on this is stunning. I know there's no SD card because it's in another camera that we're testing. but maybe I'll do a full review on this one day. But the photos that come out of this camera, like, they are next level. I've never had so much fun using a camera like this. Never had so much enjoyment in looking at the photos that come out of this. The image quality, the lens, it's just gorgeous. It's easy to use. I can control all the settings however I want. I can get the perfect picture that I want, and then there's Leica looks that I need to dive deeper into. So this has been super fun to take traveling. It's not too big. People don't think it's like a professional camera, but if you know what Leica is, obviously this is a legit camera, but it's just like a great, small enough. It's not too big, not too small, and it gets amazing photos. So I love packing this and taking it on my trips, because then I have, your easy to use iPhone photos, but if like, I just want to get some super artsy, stunning images, I can then also take this out too if I feel like I'm willing to carry that extra weight. And lastly is Airtag. So I actually have this David Manning Airtag tool that I always carry, and I put it into my backpack. So David Manning, love you. And I have an Airtag inside of here. This thing I love because it has package opener right over here. I can attach all my keys, so I have all my extra keys, earplugs to protect my hearing. There's screwdrivers and screws in here, so if I need to install things, I can use these two. There's Phillips and one of these as well. If I need to unscrew and screw in plates, I can use this as well. So it's great for overall camera gear. The basic tools that you need to do are all built into this, and it just makes life just that much easier. I hook this onto my Peak Design backpack. Boom, it doesn't fall off. It tracks where my bag is, it protects me, and it provides a little bit of functionality. So this has been a fun tool just to carry on with me, and it just gets kind of the basics covered. When I need it, it's there. Now I have two extras that I don't always carry with me or that I want to try. One is the Slate 7 Wi-Fi router. I want to get a travel router where I can like plug it in and use it and not have to connect all my devices to the Wi-Fi. TBD, if you want to see me test that, let me know in the comments below. And then the 13th extra bonus is Starlink Mini. Having Wi-Fi anywhere you go, I've started to travel with it whenever I can. It's the size of a laptop. All I need to do is bring like one of these batteries. This is a small rig 99 watt hours battery. I plug it in via USB-C on the top. I can use it to charge my phone and laptop and things like that as well. But this powers the satellite dish. And then the satellite dish is a built-in router, a built-in satellite. It's all in one. It's super easy. So as long as I have a clear view of the sky, that's where I can get internet anywhere I go in the world. But when you're in a big city, there's good 5G. You're in a hotel with no good clear view of the sky, it's not as helpful. But when you're traveling to more rural places, or you're going to be in a car and you can put this on the dash or on the roof, this is where the Starlink Mini comes in. So that's kind of like another bonus extra that I'm going to slowly start integrating as needed. My name is Shervin Shares. Follow me on all the socials. We have links down below for all of these products that I use. Those help support the channel. Subscribe, join notifications. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.